Hello and welcome to Only Connect, the quiz so esoteric that if you went on a date with it, you'd go, nah, too weird. But then a couple of weeks later, you'd bump into it somewhere, maybe a second-hand bookshop, and get chatting. And you'd think, do you know, it's not that weird, it's just different. And you'd go for a coffee. 20 years later, still happily married, you'll be recounting this story to your two beautiful children, Margaret, named for your beloved Gran, and Empedocles, for Only Connect's favourite pre-Socratic philosopher. Quizzing tonight, on my right, John Payne, a vegan who collects unusual foreign currencies and still owns a VHS player. Richard Arthur, a geography teacher who buys a new pair of boots every 5 years. And their captain, Sanjoy Sen, a chemical engineer who was taught Italian by a famous footballer's cousin. United by a passion for perambulation, they are the Wanderers. Now, in your last game, you lost against the Vikings. What advice have you given your teammates ahead of the new encounter?
What we've decided to do is go back to basics, introduce a dress code and a total ban on singing.
You all look magnificent. That latter bit, we'll see, we'll see. You are facing this time on my left, Jonathan Kershaw, a PhD graduate whose dad went to school with the Time Lord. Peter Barlow, a Burnley FC supporter who has visited the highest point of every English county. And their captain, Brett Bostock, a retired mental health manager with an interest in canal restoration and dialect poetry. Keen on everything green, they are the eco-warriors. Now, you lost your last game against the Inquisitors. How confident are you feeling about this match?
I have faith we can achieve our full potential.
Well, I hope you're right. You've achieved your potential by winning the toss, so you get to go first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
2 reads, please.
OK. You're about to see the first of 4 apparently random clues. They all have something in common. What is it? Your time starts now.
Oh. Right. I think we need more.
I think we might do.
Next, please.
Bring this old whiskey to the judge, to the blonde judge of smoking.
Blonde smoking judge.
Right, I think we need more.
I think we do.
Next, please. And we definitely need
I think we do, yes.
Next, please.
It contained every letter.
They're palling some things that contain every letter in the alphabet of the countries that they come from.
They are pangrams. They all contain every letter of the alphabet. In what languages?
Polish?
That's the first one. Go cast this melancholy into the depth of a bottle. Wise advice in the Polish. Next one.
French.
And what does that mean?
Bring this old whiskey to the blonde judge who's smoking.
Exactly right. I like the sound of her. She's my kind of girl. And the third one is Danish. Tall, shy groom won dirty sex quiz on WC. I think it's cheating to include the word sex quiz. I mean, that's got all the difficult letters in it, doesn't it? And the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. They all contain every letter of the alphabet. Well spotted. Could have done it after one clue, though. Wanderers, what would you like?
Horned viper, please.
The viper. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
So first visit. OK, next.
That's an Oscar. It was an Oscar night, February 2013. She won an Oscar.
OK, so an award somewhere. Next. Did they fall over? Did they fall over?
Yes. Yes.
Famous falling overs.
You didn't need to see Mo Farah, Rio de Janeiro, August 2016. They are famous falls. What can you tell me about these incidents?
Jennifer Lawrence was at the Oscars, wasn't it? Because it was really endearing that she sort of stumbled on her way up. And
That's right. She was going to get the Oscar for Best Actress for Silver Linings Playbook, and she sort of stumbled over in the ridiculous shoes they make them wear. Hillary Clinton, what was she doing?
I think it was coming down the plane steps on the visit, getting off the plane in Yemen.
I think it was actually boarding a plane, but yes, she stumbled on the steps. And the Edge from U2, he fell off the edge of the stage. Eco-warriors, what would you like?
Twisted Flax.
The Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
We need something.
I think we do,
Next,
yes.
please.
It's mispronounced. course it is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is it some sort of cat? They've lived in a group.
We need to know.
I think we do.
Next, please. He's the mercenary in Star Wars.
Yes, I think we need the other one.
Next, please.
3 seconds.
We think they're all people or things that have been cloned.
They are all clones, absolutely right. What can you tell me about these clues?
Boba Fett has himself cloned in Star Wars. Dolly the sheep famously was the first one. We don't know the other two
I'm
particularly.
guessing Mewtwo is a cloned cat.
It's a Pokemon. It's a clone of Mew, the Pokemon. Snuppy, the world's first cloned dog. Its name is a combination of puppy and Seoul National University. And Dolly, the sheep, it was cloned from a mammary gland. And Dr. Ian Wilmot said, Dolly is derived from a mammary gland cell, and we couldn't think of a more impressive pair of glands than Dolly Parton's. You wouldn't say that now. It was only 1996. Imagine saying that. You couldn't say that post-Twitter. And we're talking about an impressive pair of glands. Although Dolly Parton's, you know, if you're going to mention a pair. Wanderers, what would you like next?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. OK, these are going to be picture clues. First one coming in now.
That's Sally.
Next.
That's different, isn't it? It's René Descartes, which means the field, running off the field. I think so.
Do you want to count off?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Can you have this one?
We think it's to do with fields.
I'm afraid I can't give it to you, so I'm going to show the next two clues to the Eco Warriors for a possible bonus point.
Oh, spiders.
They're varieties of spaniel.
They are varieties of spaniel. Who do you think is in that second picture?
We thought it was René Descartes, but it's obviously Charles.
It's King Charles, exactly so. King Charles II, not Descartes. That's why your answer doesn't work. Field Spaniel, King Charles Spaniel, Springer Spaniel, and Jarvis Cocker, the Cocker Spaniel. What would you like for yourselves, Eco Warriors?
The lion, please.
The lion. Still no jingly note. That's still lurking there in the box. Your non-music question starts now.
Right. Well, footballer.
Yeah, I think so.
Scorpion pool.
I think we should, just to be on the safe side.
Next, please.
First hurricane.
Not all police.
First hurricane to the season.
I think
We'll need another one. Yeah.
Next, please. Ah, yes.
Oh, go on.
If you add polis to the end of them, they become cities in the countries that are listed below.
And the last clue, Helio, Egypt. That's absolutely right, yes. Well spotted. And the water question remains. It is going to be a music question because we haven't had it. There we are. What is the connection between these lovely musical clues? Here's the first.
Next.
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish
Next.
on the beach.
That's all I need to know. You will keep me safe. You will keep me close.
We think they all have something to do with weather.
I'm afraid they don't. That's another really good guess, but that's not it. So I'm going to play a blast. The final clue to the Eco Warriors.
The preacher taunted me and he smiled. Said, come and walk with me.
Friends, don't know.
That's too long, I'm afraid. You don't know the answer. Now, what do you know we heard?
So it was A Little Fall of Rain, Eponine singing, and she's dying while she's doing it. Seasons in the Sun is he's Terry Jacks, but it's about saying goodbye. And
It's about dying in the spring.
And I've just got to get a message to you by the Bee Gees. So they're all
A
sort of,
man facing execution singing to his lover. Now, those middle two, that did involve the weather, but the first one, Sono Andata from La Bohème Puccini, it's just not about weather. It's Mimi and Rodolfo reminiscing about their first meeting before Mimi dies from consumption. What a merry clue. That means at the end of round 1, the Wanderers have 2 points, so the Eco Warriors have 5. Like death at the end of those gloomy songs, round 2 inevitably comes calling. Eco Warriors, you'll be going first again. What would you like?
Twisted Flax.
The Twisted Flax. You'll be seeing... Oh! What a delight. It's a musical sequence. So you will be hearing up to 3 clues, and I want to know what we might hear in 4th place. Your first musical clue is coming in now.
On a morning from a Bogart movie, in a country where they turn back time.
Next, please.
I don't recognise that.
Next, please.
That's Rancho. It's 20th Century Fox.
Yeah. So we've got cat, something fox. Anything
2 seconds.
Can we have, in that way, the lion from MGM?
Would not be a sequence, I'm afraid. So there's a bonus opportunity for you, Wanderers.
I think we're going to go for a song with log in the title, though I'm not 100% so I can think of a song with log in the title.
I'm afraid that's not it. We heard Al Stewart, Year of the Cat, followed by David Bowie, Art Decade, then the 20th Century Fox fanfare. It's periods of time increasing by a factor of 10, so we wanted to hear something with Millennium. I mean, for example...
Robbie Williams.
Well, Robbie Williams, Millennium, but I can't... Do you know, I'm having an absolute mental blank. How does it go, John? How does that go?
We got stars directing our fate, and we're praying it's not too late, 'cause we know we're falling from grace. Millennium.
Lovely, absolutely lovely. I suppose we better get on with the quiz, but I enjoyed that tremendously. What question would you like, Wanderers?
Horned Viper, please.
The Viper. What would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, next.
No, I think that's going next.
Next. There's a toasted marshmallow. Yeah, what can you get these other flavours? Marshmallow flavoured, marshmallow flavoured.
Yes, something sweet.
2 seconds.
These are flavours...
What would come forth in the sequence?
Oh, gosh. No.
Candy floss.
I'm afraid that's not it. Eco Warriors, do you know?
Nougat.
It is Nougat. And why?
Android operating systems.
It's successive versions of the Android operating system. Kit Kat, Lollipop, Marshmallow and Nougat is next. Delicious. Well done for the bonus. And what question would you like?
2 reads, please.
OK. What will come forth in the 2 read sequence? Here's the first.
I think we do.
Next, please.
Well, these are government departments.
Yeah.
That's the most recent government.
Oh, hang on. What's it been different? I think we need the next one.
Next, please.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I think these ones are recently.
Is it one for Brexit?
Oh, new ones, yes. Department for Brexit.
We think it should be for a department for Brexit.
Is an acceptable answer. Well done. And why is that?
The retitling of various government departments.
The new government departments.
New government departments. There's some restructuring, but they're new government departments, and Brexit would be fourth. But I'd also have accepted Department for International Trade or Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, which is a reshaping because they came in on the same day in 2016. Well done. Back to you, Wanderers, for a choice.
Lion, please.
Lion. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Sergeant's in march, but I don't know what the order's going to be. Rank or something. Captain, Major. Major Burns. What will be the 4th? Major's going to be Major Burns. Try it.
Next.
Yeah, that's easy. They're in it as well. I don't know what their ranges are.
What's going to be?
I don't know.
Next.
2 seconds.
Only child. Is that one?
No,
Do you have an answer?
No.
Eco Warriors, do you want to have a go?
Something sergeant, a character with that's a sergeant.
No. What do you think the sequence is?
Well, Hawkeye was a surgeon and had the rank of major. Fancy Smith was a constable. Monica Dell doesn't quite fit that bit.
No. She was a cook, played by Courtney Cox. Fancy Smith in Z-Cast, played by Brian Blessed. Hawkeye Pierce in MASH by Alan Alda. A, B, B, C, C. I want a character who's played by someone with initials D, D. For example, Fox Mulder, played by David Duchovny, or Mick Carter, played by Danny Dyer. Someone played by a DD initialed actor. No bonus point to you, Eco Warriors, but what would you like to choose?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Ooh.
I'm not sure I could name any of them.
There are a few.
Yeah.
We need to get
think we do.
Next, please.
Ninja.
Ninja. I think that's all we have to guess. That's the only name. We're guessing at the knights that go nee.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So, Wanderers, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
Possibly not.
No.
OK. What does the first clue suggest to you?
-6.
It's not maths. It's just 13 to 19, teenage. One of the X-Men all mutants, of course, so one of them would be a mutant. Teenage mutant ninja. Turtles, I just wanted to hear. Marine tortoises, anything that indicated turtles. That's what's going on there. So you don't get the bonus, I'm afraid, Wanderers, but I can give you the water question. You might not want it, but I can give it to you.
Well, I don't know.
What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next.
Number one or letter one? Yeah.
Next.
Palindromic words.
Yeah, so. Anything with too much in the middle of it.
That's which one was word is it? Okay.
2 seconds.
Can we try M blank 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 M?
And where would that be?
We think you can form fat palindromes from these, and I think you get 1 point for the R in Scrabble, 2 for the N. Do you get 3 for B? And so we picked a letter which you think you get 4 for, and then made a word with one, with those 2 letters in, which forms a palindrome.
My goodness, that is hugely complicated, but I don't think is a viable sequence. So a bonus chance for you, Eco Warriors.
A 6- A.
And why would that be?
We're thinking it's America, and I don't know why.
That's not it either. This is simple chess notation. At the beginning of a chess game, the rooks are in the far corners, RR, the knights, NN, the bishops were coming inwards, and I want to hear blank, 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 QK, or KQ if you're playing with the black pieces. Yeah. At the end of round 2, the Wanderers have 2 points, the Eco Warriors have 8. And on we march towards the connecting wall, and it'll be your turn to go first this time, Wanderers. So would you like lion or water?
Line, please.
OK, 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
National Geographic New Scientist magazines.
Yeah, go for that.
What else have we got? Wilderness. Wilderness and wildlife are going to be like outdoorsy things.
Top Gun characters as well. So Iceman, Maverick, Goose.
Chester. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Were they these 4?
As well.
Yeah.
Oh, is there
Hollywood.
6?
Keep trying them.
Which 5?
We have some lakes. There's cars, isn't there? Countryman. Chester was a car, is it?
Oh, actually,
Do you want to try to get some things out of it? 'Cause I've lost it.
Secret. There's some engines as well. There's an engine.
Okay.
Is Countryman a magazine?
Might be.
Mother Tongue, Mother Goose.
Okay, nice.
Mother Superior. Mother Nature.
Nice. Okay, so do...
What are the...
Take the Iceman.
Yeah, Chester. Hollywood.
Okay, and what's the other one?
Maybe Electra, maybe.
Is that...
Go. Just do
Try
that.
this. Fine. Are there magazines still? Got New Scientist?
There's definitely magazines.
National Geographic.
Oh, is there superhero villains? Jester, Iceman.
Yeah.
Electra is a villain as well.
No.
Love it.
Possibly Master.
We've got a magazine sheet.
20 seconds.
Keep going. Try the magazines. Try the magazines.
Music. What else is there?
That's it, the time is up. The wall has frozen. What a horrible wall. But you did find a group, which is no mean feat. And what about the connection? Superior, Goose, Tongue, Nature.
Mother can go for all of them.
Mother before all of them. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. Here we go. Jester, Merlin, Maverick, Hollywood.
I think those are the characters from Top Gun.
They are pilots in Top Gun. And the next group, Iceman, Interlude, Electra, Wilderness.
I think those are villains from the Marvel world, or perhaps the DC world. Maybe
And
Marvel.
what brilliant villains they would be. But in this case, they are in the titles of plays by Eugene O'Neill. The Iceman cometh, Strange Interlude, Morning Becomes Electra, and Our Wilderness. Eugene O'Neill plays. And the next group, New Scientist, Countryman, Wildlife, National Geographic.
Those are the well-known magazines, specifically about nature and science.
Those are the Science and Nature magazines. And it's so horrible because there are 6 of those and 6 Top Gun pilots, so very hard to solve. But you did find a group and you gave me 3 connections. That is a total of 4. Let's bring in the eco-warriors now, give them the water wall, see what they can do about solving it. 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
Right. Glossop, Buxton, Bolsover,
Matlock.
The other bridge. Matlock.
Not that one.
Matlock, Glossop, the bridge, Bolsover,
Hugh Laurie, Prince Regent, Worcester.
House.
Yes. And
Matlock, was it?
Roper, wasn't he?
No, we've got a Worcester, we've got a Smith.
Right.
Glossop, I think, is thing, and Threepwood.
So you gave me the Derbyshire one.
Well, Bolsover as well, isn't there?
Bolsover. And
Matlock.
Matlock.
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant. Right. So I think
Worcester.
House, Prince Regent.
Prince
What
Regent.
else has Hugh Laurie done?
Heath Smith.
No,
No,
because
we've done
that's
that before.
built in Worcester.
Little.
No. Right. Worcester, Threepwood,
Right.
Glossop, Smith. I've tried before.
Right.
Smith, Roper, that's it, Threepwood. Glossop, Roper, Threepwood. No. Right.
So, what will Glossop be?
He's in the world of Worcester.
Right.
Worcester, Threepwood's there. Who else is
Smith.
We've had Smith with that.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Right, now you're pushing it around them.
No, it's still sticking with the
Go on then.
what's its theme?
Worcester.
Right.
I can't think of another role that Hugh Laurie's played.
Little.
No, I'm thinking Worcester. No. It's got us again as well. Yeah.
That's it, the time is up. What a horrible wall, and the other one was so easy, you were unlucky.
Oh, hey.
But you did find a group. Can you tell me the connection? Buxton, Bolsover, Matlock, Whaley Bridge.
They're all places in Derbyshire.
They're in Derbyshire. And you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. There we go. Glossop, Threepwood, Eucridge, Smith.
They're all characters in Worcester and the novels by
P.G. Woodhouse.
P.G. Woodhouse.
P.G. Woodhouse, yes, Worcester is one of the novels,
yes.
the Jeeves books, but yes, various P.G. Woodhouse
Right.
novels.
And
And the next one, Worcester, Prince Regent, and so on.
Well, certainly Hugh Laurie played the first two.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
The characters played by Hugh Laurie, absolutely right. And the last one, House, Third Search, Labour. I can't give you long.
No.
Nope.
Safe.
All can be followed by party. House party, third party, search party, Labour party. But you found one group and 3 connections. That's a total of 4. Let's have a look at the scores going into the final round. The Wanderers have 6 points. The Eco Warriors have 12. Yes, a matching pair of horrible walls, still just a 6-point gap. This can turn around or not in the missing vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group are all popular bedtime stories. Eco Warriors?
The Tiger Who Came to Tea.
Correct. Warriors?
The Gruffalo.
Correct. Wanderers?
The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Correct. Wanderers?
Where the Wild Things Are.
Correct. Next category, special editions of Walker's Crisps. Wanderers? Too long, I'm afraid. Too long. Eco Warriors, do you know?
Builder's Breakfast.
Correct. Warriors?
Salt and Lineker.
Correct. Warriors?
Stephen Fry Up.
Yes, it is. Don't know this one. It's Jimmy Con Carne. Next category, inquisitive film titles. Wanderers?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Correct. Wanderers?
Dude, Where's My Car?
Correct. Wanderers?
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Very well done. Wanderers?
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane?
Correct. But no more questions because it's the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores, the winners and still in this round or through to the next round, depending on your understanding of quarter-final, which in my case is none, with 17 points, it's the Eco Warriors. Very well done and brilliant quizzes in this series, but not good enough tonight with 11 points. It's the Wanderers. So nice to meet you all. Some beautiful singing, especially from you there, John. Thank you very much for coming, but I'm afraid you're now going home. Of course, you can go home as well if you want for now. You are allowed to go home. Everyone can go home except me because I've lost my dressing room key, so I can't go anywhere. But it's OK. I'm just going to slip under the desk, bed down here for the night. I've got everything I need. A torch, a duvet and a minibar. The simple life. Goodbye.